Unite has got a community membership, and that membership is, for the first time, a trade union has opened its doors to recruit members that are not in work into the trade union family.
What this centre is going to be, in my mind, is the clues in the name. It's about community. It's about instilling a sense of community in Tower Hamlets. We know that when people are suffering from poverty, and we know that when people are out of work, what comes with that is often a lack of confidence, a sense of alienation and loneliness. And this community centre's role is to change that, to bring people together, to provide a sense of belonging, to improve confidence and skills, so that people feel part of something. They feel part of Tower Hamlets. It's their community. It belongs to them. They should be the people that shape it. And that's what this centre will do. It will bring people together. It will make them feel part of a community, part of a union. That's what we're here to do. So I'm really excited. I think that together we can achieve big things, and this centre will hopefully make significant changes to the lives of the people in this borough. So thank you very much for coming.
Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to the Mayor and the Council, and also to Len and to Unite for enabling Barclays to have this opportunity to work with you on something so groundbreaking as the launch of this centre. Barclays' involvement in this actually came not from a visit to East London, but from a visit to Teesside in the north of England, where I'd invited a couple of Unite officers to come and talk about how we could make apprenticeships work better in the Teesside area. And it'd been a long day, and we've been talking with business leaders and community leaders for a long time. And at the end of it, those two Unite officers, who will remain nameless, they caught me at a weak moment and they said, "Can you do something for us?" Because we have this great initiative in Tower Hamlets. And as soon as they explained what it was about investing in the community, it was about building people's confidence, it was about building people's skills and creating pathways into jobs. Of course, we said yes, and the rest is history. So I'm delighted to be here at the launch, and again, thank you very much to both Unite and the Council for the opportunity.
And I also thank Barclays Bank, Len and Unite for this fantastic partnership. Welcome to Tower Hamlets. I'm very privileged and very it's fantastic to open this brilliant centre. Where else to have such a centre than in Cable Street and St George's Town Hall, and no doubt it will go on to serve a community that will need a lot of service. So thank you once again. Can I say it will not only act as a community and cultural hub, it will provide vital service in terms of welfare advice, employment service, employment advice, but also helping people into job, into training, and the facilities you got in there. Comment Barclays Bank is fantastic. Some of the stuff. Can I say I very much look forward to the partnership, and if you look at the tragedy that happened in Bangladesh 2 or 3 weeks ago, the death of those 1,000+ people, it shows, clearly demonstrates the need for unions, the need for a labour movement, and certainly we're very privileged in the West for having such strong voices, advocates for employees' rights, employees' rights, and we need such rights in the developing countries. So no doubt, you're in the part of London where, as a large Bangladeshi community, not only will you provide your service here, but I would request you to see what else you can do to strengthen the relationship with the government workers and unions in the developing countries, in particular in Bangladesh. Your help would be much needed. Just before I go, very much want to see this centre flourish, and Ellie, with our Ellie, and with Jer, Mark, my lead member, Rubina, and Alibor, who worked very hard in getting this up and running. But no doubt the partnership will continue. What else we can do as a council to work with the union, one of our top union in the country, to protect labour rights, employees' rights, we will do so. So thank you, and we look forward to the strong partnership. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and yeah, how incredibly exciting this is. The first of our community centres to open, and I also want to say a few thank yous. My first thank you is to the Mayor, to Lutfa, for actually putting his commitment into action. not often that you meet politicians who step up to the mark and turn their grand words into gestures, but here's a mayor who has committed himself and the local council to supporting what is, as Ellie's already described to you, a really, really interesting development, something that we in Unite are looking forward to doing in lots of our major cities and towns, and looking back in history to say this was where it started, this was the model and the commitment that we had from our partners. I also want to thank, of course, Dominic and Richards here as well from Barclays. There are bankers in our midst, very brave people to come onto the streets of the East End. You know, there's been lots of things said about bankers recently. I may have even said one or two things myself, but I wasn't talking about you, Dominic. And it is, I do genuinely want to say thank you to Barclays, one of our blue chip companies, who again have demonstrated that there are other sides to multinational companies in these difficult climates, and is a company that's committed itself very seriously to investing within our community. So thank you very much, Dominic, and please take our thanks back to your senior people in the company. A quick thank you for my team, to Leanne and Ellie and the rest of the team who have worked to produce this. And this is really about Unite, making certain that we are part of our community. We couldn't have picked a better venue, of course, because here in the East End we are steeped in history. Literally to my right, a stone throw away, is Bow, where the Match Girls strike of 1888, and we're celebrating the 125th anniversary of that fantastic strike where young women, just cast your mind back, women have got a difficult enough task now, but cast your mind back 125 years, and yet they stood up to fight for justice and they were successful. To my left is Wapping, not so far away from here, where a certain Mr. Rupert Murdoch attempted to destroy the trade union movement and collectivism, and I was very pleased, Lutfer, to hear what you said about the need for strong trade unionism. Well, Rupert Murdoch is gone, and we're still here. And of course, we represent the print workers that he tried to destroy. Well, he failed, and he's gone on elsewhere. And of course, in Cable Street itself in 1936, the great, great example, the example that lives in the memory and courses through our veins within the labour movement, where ordinary men and women, trade unionists and ordinary community, stood shoulder to shoulder to defeat the fascists of the black shirts of Oswald Mosley. And that was an indication of the power of community spirit. And that's really what this is all about. This is Unite going into our communities, trying to help and assist people. The type of individuals who will benefit from the IT equipment that Barclays have been so good to give us, it will run into their hundreds, maybe thousands over the years. And just think, when we talk about events of this nature, just think of the individuals. There are individuals who are going to be taught to read and write in this establishment that will change their life and the life of their families forever. Our whole effort as a union is to try and say to the community, and particularly people who are out of work, who perhaps feel disenfranchised and don't know quite where to turn, that they can come and join our family, that we will assist them in a whole host of different ways, in the hope that that spirit of solidarity, that spirit of community that throbs through Cable Street can enable people to be empowered and to become better citizens, and therefore to create a better community and a better society for all of us. So thank you very much. Thank you to our partners. I wish you all the luck, Ellie and your team. I'm sure it's going to be successful. And I think I'm supposed to say we are now officially open. Thanks very much.